Hello, Phoenix. Hello, Arizona. Buenas tardes. So I want to tell you, last time I was here doing politics was 2016, and I was here helping campaign for my friend John McCain. I can't tell you how much I miss him, how much I miss his voice and his moral clarity. And I was here for John McCain because I have been a staunch Republican my entire life. I worked on campaigns, I supported candidates, I donated. Don't boo. This was before Donald Trump. This was back when the Republican Party had some level of sanity and decency. So I'm here to tell you about what it was like for me to vote against Donald Trump. I vote my conscience in 2016. It was the first time I did not vote for a Republican in 2016. And I gotta tell you something, it was hard, but I also have to tell you, voting against Donald Trump felt good. There is something so liberating, and there is something so, it just gives you inner strength to know that you are voting for your principles and your convictions, and you are voting for the best for America. And look, the reason I voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016 was because I was in Florida, which was a swing state. And when you are from a swing state, you have got the responsibility to vote and vote your conscience. You can't leave it blank. I was in Florida when the presidential election was decided in the year 2000 by 534 votes. So if you think in Arizona your vote doesn't count, you are wrong. Go out and make it count. And so this year, I already voted in Florida so I could come here and be with you guys. And let me tell you who I voted for and why I voted. I voted for Kamala Devi Harris. And why did I vote like that? I'm voting for my nieces, and I'm voting for our daughters and our granddaughters so that they have the same rights that we grew up having. I am voting for my brother Daniel, who is disabled, because I refuse to vote for a man who makes fun of disabled people. I am voting for decency and the rule of law, because this choice could not be easier. On one hand is a woman who prosecutes criminals. On the other is a convicted criminal. I am voting for childless cat ladies and childless dog ladies. Because J.D. Vance does not get to determine my value based on my uterus. I am voting for our service people, for the men and women of the military, for our POWs. I am voting for veterans. I am voting for those that are buried in our military cemeteries, because I will never forgive Donald Trump for speaking against John McCain. John McCain was a hero. Donald Trump is a zero. And lastly, I am voting for my community. ¿Dónde están mis latinos? Because let me tell you this. The other day I read that a lot of Latinos think that when Donald Trump says racist things, he's not talking about them. Wake up, people. Who the hell do you think he's talking about? So let me say this. when he said, I'm gonna vote for my community because I refuse to forget. I refuse to have Trump amnesia. He said that we were rapists and criminals. I will remember. He said that we are vermin. I will remember. He said that we poison the blood of this country. I will remember. He said that we are invaders. I will remember. His rhetoric helped inspire a man who drove 600 miles and hunted down Latinos in a El Paso Walmart. I will remember. He said just the other day that we are the trash can of the world. That came out of the trash can that is his mouth. And we are going to send Donald Trump to the trash can of history. And I'm going to end by telling you a final story, because apparently there's people out there who say that they still don't know Kamala Harris. Do you have YouTube? Do you have Google? If you don't know Kamala Harris, you should know Donald Trump. And that should be enough. But in the event, I just want to tell you this final story about my friend Kamala Harris. I've known her for 8 years. She's a spectacular woman. She's going to be an amazing president. And one of the reasons is when my mom died 2.5 years ago, and I got a call from Vice President Kamala Harris. She called me not as Vice President, she called me as my friend Kamala. And she helped me through the grief. She helped me navigate that horrible absence and sadness. She told me how to remember my mom. She lifted me up from the saddest moment of my life. And you know, as President of the United States, invariably, there will be times when we need a president to hold us. There will be tragedies. There will be fires and earthquakes and hurricanes and tornadoes. There will be attacks. There will be mass shootings because the damn Republicans aren't doing anything to stop them. We need gun reform in this country, and we need Kamala Harris to push it forward. And I know, we need a president with compassion and empathy. And I know that my friend Kamala Harris can do for this country what she did for me. She can lift us up. She can hold us. She can console us. So please, elect Kamala Harris.